Well, looky here. Looks like we got you surrounded. So go on and drop your stuff. You're like, man, ain't you a little late with this review, bro? I feel you. But maybe I'm discount late, homie. Look, maybe I knew they was gonna hit me with the Watchdogs Legion, and I did this in preparation for that. Some people think ahead. You know what I mean? You like, apparently you ain't one of them. Look, nevertheless, this game right here is what I'm talking about. Right here. You see what I'm saying? First off, you're black. Already, there's a sense of danger. At every turn, someone is trying to get you for something. You like, a black protagonist? I can't relate. Yeah, I got you. Look, it ain't all that hard, man. We can take it back to World War I when we were stomping on Goombas. Don't tell me you was a plumber back then. Now, your protagonist for this game is a dude named Marcus, okay? I forgot his last name. And your boy has the city at his fingertips. It's like he's Magneto or something. He has the technological world in his hands and makes hacking look like something you really want to try in the real world. Unfortunately, you can get some serious time for that, so I would stay away from that if I were you. You see what I'm saying? You know you can't take on Big Bubba. Come on, man, cut it out. Your boy can control all types of things. He can make manholes explode just like you always dreamed of doing. He could control vehicles at the press of a button. Forward, backward, you think it? He could do it. You like, there's only 2 more directions, man. Well, he can move the cars in those directions too. Look, he can mess with people at the ATM and withhold or give out too much money. It's great. Look, let me take a step back, right? Let's take a look. Let's talk about the graphics for a second. Look, the game is a looker, and yes, you could probably cop the game for like $10 at the PlayStation store, man. So, to me, it's kind of surprising that it could look this good and be this cheap. It's like a lovely lady that I once, well, forget it. I mean, when it comes to details, the game has that in spades. It has it on lock. First off, the visuals are super bright, like rainbow bright. And I'm not going to insert no sick pun right here, okay? I ain't inserting nothing in anywhere for now, okay? I'm just going to say the game makes a ninja happy. It doesn't have the drab visuals of its predecessor, and it doesn't quite have that the gray silvery tones of Watchdogs Legion. Yeah, that's right, your boy is not a big fan of how Watchdogs Legions look. In fact, it's kind of wild when I see games look like they've been downgraded a bit, but whatever, okay? And technically, in my opinion, right, after seeing something like the Nemesis system in that Lord of the Rings game, the Shadow of Mordor, they could have taken from that and really flipped the script with this one. But I digress. When I play a game, right, there are key things, in my opinion, that a brother looks for when he plays. I look at the trees, I look at how green they are, whether the trees are swaying or not. Do they sway when I'm walking, or do they only sway when I stand still? When I look at the tree from a different angle, does it look like a piece of paper that's just turning in the same direction that I'm moving? I'll be looking for that kind of thing. Do leaves fall out of the trees, a la Ghost of Tsushima? Are there leaves everywhere? In this game, trees will shed leaves. Do trees shed? I don't think they do, but you know what I'm saying. Look, I don't know if they shed or not, but let's say they did. Trees will shed leaves on your car, and then when your car pulls off, the leaves fall to the floor. See, I look for little fine details like that, man. The small things, okay? I don't want to see your whole arm moving. I want to see the fingertips. People are walking around, holding conversations with each other. Sometimes they cussing each other out. Sometimes they giving each other advice or something like that. Giving each other details. You could eavesdrop on a conversation like you always wanted to, your nosy behind, which your creepy behind could do. You can eavesdrop on these people's conversations. You've always wanted to do it. Now you can do it, and it's damn near legal. You follow me? Look, that's the world environment, okay? And the world environment in this game is, to me, incredible. The cars look fresh and bright, from crappy vans and SUVs to hot sports cars, although when they're moving at top speed, they seem like they're gliding all over the place. Like, the cars don't look like they got a real sense of traction. You know what I really liked when I played the game? It was called Mass Effect. I like when, the first Mass Effect, when that sucker was on, I think it's also the same thing in Halo. When the cars on the ground, you get a sense of, there's like a little bit of traction. Not with this game, though. They're gliding all over the place like it's sliding on glass, man. I kind of don't like that. Whatever, right? Ain't no love lost, man. People in the environment in this game are doing exercises. I don't know what the exercises are because I don't exercise myself. And no, I'm not overweight. Everybody thinks I look like I exercise, but I don't, right? I'm kind of lazy. But anyway, right? I guess I can't help but slide into the world thing. So let's talk about the world for a second. Just for a second. The world of Watch Dogs 2 takes place in San Francisco, complete with rainbow flags all over the place. I mean, come on, man. You don't gotta rub it in my face, man. You see what I'm saying? You don't gotta shove it down my throat. Dogs are running down the street. People are doing exercise, and folks are having all kinds of strange discussion. I spoke about that a second ago. The world appeared to be pretty dynamic. If you did something in the game, the people in the world directly respond to what you just did. If you knock somebody down, right, you are more likely going to see someone call the ambulance, and the ambulance actually pull up and check on the person that's laying on the ground. If you remotely made the ambulance pull off away from the EMT or whatever you want to call them, they might stop what they're doing and chase the truck. It's kind of wild, right? You might cut the corner and find an angry young lady trashing somebody's car, like her boyfriend's car or something like that, beating it with a bat. Yo, I saw something, right, where the girl came out, she said, yo, this is what I think of your car. And she started banging on a joint. It was beautiful. And then somebody else was like, yo, what are you doing? And then she got into a fight with them, slapped them. It was crazy. I was just watching the whole thing like I would have done in real life. You see what I'm saying? Crazy, right? Look, the game will have you moving all throughout the city, and it will have you running through more affluent neighborhoods as well as neighborhoods that are not as wealthy. And of course, I'm pissed at what the residents look like in some of the underdeveloped neighborhood. I'm like, really? Really? Y'all want to try to get real like that? Your boy Marcus, he can swim. I know, you think these folks can't swim, but they can, right? And apparently he can swim, and when I play a video game, right, in case you didn't know, when I play my games, I always look for top-notch water effects, okay? I was never a fan of The Witcher's water effects. I thought those were pretty weak. Grand Theft Auto water effects was not so bad. Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, to me, water effects top of the line. Also Black Flag, you know how Assassin's Creed get down. Assassin's Creed Odyssey level water effects are top-notch. The water effects in Watch Dogs 2, they're okay. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they could have been a tad bit better. I'm pretty sure the game came out after Black Flag, right? So y'all could have took Black Flag. I mean, I thought all Ubisoft creations would have access to the same kind of like tools and stuff like that. To access to other Ubisoft creations. Is it not like sitting next to someone in the same classroom and borrowing their stencil? It's not the same thing. Look, y'all can't see that when you compare your water effects to like Assassin's Creed Origins, or your agua is whack. You can't see that. I mean, come on. You're like, what about the audio? Does that suck? No. In fact, the audio is pretty decent. Look, I like Marcus, the protagonist. He's far more likable than Aiden. I think, what's the guy's name? Aiden Pierce? I don't know what the guy's name was. But the guy's name was Aiden, and he from Watch Dogs 1, and he was boring. In Watch Dogs Legion, I got a stuffy nose. In Watch Dogs Legion, runny nose, that guy was kind of, that guy. In Watch Dogs Legion, that guy could be any guy. It could be a guy, it could be a woman, it could be whoever you choose to recruit, and all they do is just switch up the tone of the vocals or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like they use like voice modulators in Watch Dogs Legion. But in this particular game, the voices in this game, Watch Dogs 2, show a few different voice actors that sound like they're on deck, which I do appreciate, okay? Enough to make you feel like the game actually cared, to make you feel like you was in a real world. People will have a variety of phrases and they interact to what's going on the screen. After playing Watch Dogs Legion, this world of Watch Dogs 2, to me, seems much, much more dynamic than in Watch Dogs Legion. Like, if you murk somebody and they're laying on the floor, in Watch Dogs Legion, people will walk around the body with no interaction, as if like the body's not even there. Like it's a crack on the sidewalk. But in Watch Dogs 2, they might walk up on the body, jump back and scream, call the ambulance or the police, and you might hear the frantic call. If the popo just so happens to pull up, they might actually arrest somebody at the scene of that particular crime. You could then mess with the cop car, and the officer could chase the car, leaving the suspect enough time to get up and bolt. It's great stuff. If Watch Dogs 2, right, had the insanity of Saints Row 3, it would be next level. Like for real, for real. Look, the gameplay. The graphics are nice. The audio is nice. But is the game fun? That's what you want to know. Well, the world is one of the best, if you ask me. Look, I love moving through the game world. The game is a bit on the light side when it comes to things to do, like side missions, side quests, or whatnot. But the game has your standard missions. Puzzles suck. It's like flipping pipes or something weak like that, going from camera to camera to get a digital key to unlock a door, some bull nonsense like that. They should have stole missions from Saints Row, man, and tweaked them in my opinion, especially with the hacking thing. It's the closest you're gonna get to your character having magic without actually implementing magic in the game. The parkour could have been a bit nicer, like earlier Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 type parkour. They didn't even have to go all fancy with it, okay? They could have just kept it Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. And the side activities, right? You're probably wondering like, yo man, but are the side activities hot? They might hold you for a bit, but it ain't no Saints Row, trust me. And I'm not saying Saints Row is the pinnacle for side activities or gameplay, but that game has enough variety to keep you on your toes. Even Grand Theft Auto, the supposed king of the genre, can't hold up to it. Anyway, Watchdogs 2 has its side activities, but they could have been done better if, and I gotta keep it a buck, if it was far more similar to the Saints Row 3, Saints Row 4 formula. Now, if we rated this game, right, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 5 being real bad, 1 being like abysmal, and 6 as failing, just like in school, okay, and 70 or 65 passing, or whatever, I would rate this, UndaSiege Gaming would rate this game an 8. It's a good game. In fact, it was my go-to game when I didn't know what to play. You know what it is, right? You want to play something, but you don't really know what you want to play, so you have that game that you play while you're trying to still make that decision. This is that game, your pass the time kind of game. You can walk through the streets of that game and something will grab your attention within like 25 seconds. I love it for that. Yo, you got 10 to 15 bucks, drop it on this game. It's worth a whole lot more. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Are we absolutely crazy? Let us know, man. We want to know. Okay? Yo, thanks for tuning in to UndaSiege Reviews. We're going to catch you on the flip side.